So in light of the recent Batwang controversy, I figured it was finally time that I bit the bullet and picked up the Bermejo Batman figure, on account of it was Bermejo that drew the Batwang in the first place. I do own the Superman, but I'd always passed on this Batman figure for some reason or another. Truthfully, he's not my ideal looking Batman, but he is an interesting looking figure, so I figured why not bite the bullet and actually have a closer look at him myself. So let's first have a look at the packaging. On the back, we have an image of the artwork and then an image of the figure, both back and front. And then on the side, we have more of that artwork. And on the front, we got the window box. And on this side, we have some holes in the side there. They're breathing holes, just so that the figure doesn't suffocate in the box. And on the bottom, we have "Don't give it to people under 3," and then a bunch of other gobbledygook and bits and pieces. Now let's take him out of the package. That's what you get. Oh man, that was brutal. All right, so there's what you get. You get twist ties. Oh, goody! And you get everything you see here. That being the extra set of bat hands. And you get this batarang, clearly something from the imagination of Bermejo. And of course, you got this whole reimagined version of Batman. This figure, clearly this is definitely something that's supposed to look classic, but also based in reality, but it's definitely a reimagining of Batman. Now, the texture of his bat armor really looks like something that, you would imagine this guy hanging around with Phoenix Jones in Seattle or something like that. It looks really realistic in a kind of, I'm really glad that Batman doesn't actually look like this in regular continuity sort of way. Alright, so before we go any further, I just want to do one of these things where I sort of show you Batman from all the angles before we move anywhere forward and show you the articulation of this figure. Yeah, I'm really just recording it and then not saying anything. There's no music either. I guess that makes it kind of awkward, doesn't it? Hey, the cape looks warm though. I mean, I can imagine this being his, wild woolly winter cape that he wears when it's snowing outside. The boots look warm too. I wonder if they're Bat winter boots. Did we catch him in his winter season? This suit just looks, in general, much warmer. Hey, cool, we made it through the spinny turnaroundy thing. Next scene. So this figure, this uniform, this bat armor, if you will, has a look to it that is clearly intended to be more based in reality. It's definitely a reimagining on Bermejo's part on what would Batman actually look like if he was running around for real in the really real world. So you can see the different platelets of armor in his suit. There's a zipper line up the front of the suit. His boots totally look like they're a set of arse-kicking boots. And again, they're more based in reality like the rest of his uniform is. So that's a cool thing. The cape really looks like it's jumped out of the comics as well, because it's got all the ruffles and all the... as far as comic book accuracy, I think this figure pretty much nails it. The head sculpt for this figure looks spot on to Bermejo's work. The mask looks pretty much perfect. One thing I didn't like about this, though, is the fact that Batman's eyes are just regular skin color behind the mask. And I do like the fact that if there's no lenses, what we do now is we paint the face black. He wears black face makeup behind it, which I think is cool. Having just the skin color kind of wrecks the illusion for me. It just looks like a guy in a mask, and I want Batman to be larger than life. Batman's articulation, starting at the head, is on a ball joint. There's not a lot of crazy movement there, but, there's some. Posability, though, is kind of in the toilet because it won't hold any poses, but it does wiggle, so they can say it's articulated. Lifting up the cape, we can see that the arms, the shoulders are on those ball jointy spinny things, except for this shoulder pad thing gets in the way, so you kind of got to tuck it under the cape. But even then, don't expect a lot out of this figure because there just isn't any. Bicep swivels, and again, this kind of gets in the way. The bicep swivel will kind of move underneath it, but this is very prohibitive. This is more of a pose it a little bit and stick it on your shelf figure. Then you got the single jointed elbows for single jointed elbow movement. You got the wrists and they swivel, and they got a little crunchy hinge action like that. They're actually pretty well articulated, to tell you the truth. Nothing in the chest, nothing in the abs whatsoever, just like the previous Superman figure that is a Bermejo figure. The groin goes out and the groin goes in, and you can also see that it's on that hinge system. And this one is actually different than Superman's because the hinge comes down like that, and you can see this whole segment of plastic there. That's definitely different than Superman's was. And then it goes forward like that, and it goes backwards until his butt gets in the way. So there's pretty good range of movement. Then you got the thigh cut, which is a swivelly 360 degrees thingamajiggy. You got the knees, and they're single jointed rather than being double jointed. And then you got the ankles, and the ankles are cool because you've got your single hinge forward and backwards, but you've also got them on a... But that's my quick review of this Batman figure, and honestly, if it wasn't for the controversy over the Batwang from issue 1 of Damned, I probably wouldn't have taken a second look at him because this is not my ideal looking Batman. But after reading Damned, for some reason, I just liked his take on the character better than I did before. Side to side, like some of those early DC Universe Classics and DC Superheroes figures. Nothing, though, at the top of the boot. So that's pretty much it for Articulation. Not a ton, but hey, it gets the job done for putting it on a shelf and making it stand there like this. Or maybe a little bit more action posy. Like that. Or, yeah, like that. Does that a lot too. As you can see, I've also switched out Batman's hands here. Here are the ones that came on the figure. And I've put the posy hands in here, the open, grippy hands like that. And he's grabbing the Batarang with them. And it's a pretty simple process, right? You just pop out the old hand, and then you pop in the new hand, just like that. Out with the old, and with the new. Ta-da! And then you have Batarang throwing Batman. You're supposed to throw it. Throw the bat... Oh, geez. But that's my quick review of this Batman figure, and honestly, if it wasn't for the controversy over the Batwang from issue 1 of Damned, I probably wouldn't have taken a second look at him because this is not my ideal looking Batman. But after reading Damned, for some reason, I just liked his take on the character better than I did before. Anyhow, that's my opinion on this figure. Thanks for sticking around and watching it, even though it's in 8mm. If you made it this far, you're a champ. I know that everybody already pretty much knows what this figure looks like, so I figured doing just a quick unboxing review of it in a different format might just be kind of fun and take some of the pressures off of doing something super complicated. There are literally a bazillion other HD reviews of this figure all over YouTube, so this one was clearly not intended to be one of those reviews. But yeah, if you found this video enjoyable and you made it all the way to the end and you didn't even realize you'd watched the whole thing, I must have done something right. So if you liked it, please leave a like on it, leave any comments you have down below. And if you think you'd like to become a super friend and join the DC squad, hit the subscribe button. Remember to ding the bell so that you don't miss any videos. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.